This is the plaintiff, Eileen Graham. She says she needed some electrical work done in her home, so the new high-powered blender she bought to puree her 100-year-old mother's food worked properly. She hired the defendant to upgrade her lines, gave him $1,000 in $100 bills, and the guy never came back, never did the job, and won't return her cash. So she's suing for it here and now. This is the defendant, Joe Martinez. He says he told the plaintiff he was subcontracting the job out to a licensed electrician, gave her his name, license number, and the date the work would begin. He went out and purchased the materials after she gave him a deposit. And then she changed her mind and tried to cancel their deal. She can't do that to him for no reason, and therefore he doesn't owe her a refund. He's accused of failing to provide power.
All right, Ms. Eileen Graham, you are suing Joe Martinez's company. You've asked us not to refer to the company by name. We respect that. Right. You're the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Joe Martinez's company for $1,000, a return of a deposit that you paid to him because, according to you, he didn't do the work. Tell me what happened.
Well, he came by my house. I just called Con Edison, and suddenly he appeared and said, if I have electrical work to be done.
Suddenly he appeared?
Yeah, at my gate, at my door. He just appeared and said that he could do some work.
Yeah, but how did he know to go to your door?
I know David Copperfield.
Hold on one second, and don't be disrespectful. Please. What's your problem?
Nothing.
How did he know to go to your door?
I had just called Con Edison and told them that I needed someone to fix the current, a switch. Electrical switch,
okay.
Because I had something that needed to be plugged in. And
what was this, a blender? It says in your complaint you had bought a newer, bigger blender from Macy's.
Yeah.
Okay, why did you buy a newer, bigger blender?
Because I wanted one that could do soups and whatever else, all the other things that would puree this stuff for my mother.
Because you have a mother who you take care of?
Yes.
How old's your mother?
She just turned 100 on January 12th.
God bless her. Okay. So you tell him what the problem is, and he tells you what?
Well, he said that the house needed upgraded.
Okay.
To be upgraded.
The electrical?
Yes.
Okay. How much did he say it was going to cost?
He said I needed to pay half of the what it was, and the half turned out to be $1,050.
Okay.
And what I said, okay, and he wanted cash. He wanted right away, cash. He wanted. So I gave him 10 $100 bills.
Okay, and then what happens in this case? Does he do the work or he doesn't do the work?
No, he didn't do the work.
Why not?
Well, he said he had to buy supplies.
But, okay, and so does he come back to do the work?
No, he never came back.
Okay, and you just never heard from him again?
I called 311 and they put me in touch with the Department of Buildings. And
what made you call 311? That he wasn't showing up?
Well, there's a lot of advertisement about, calling 311 for information about.
No, but what made you call them? The fact that he wasn't showing up, or some other fact? You write here in your complaint, you say, after he left, I had a funny feeling in my gut. I wanted to make sure he was on the up and up and licensed before he started the work, so I called 311.
Oh, probably.
Okay. So you call 311 and they do what? Do they tell you whether he's licensed?
The person I spoke to told me that get your money back because he's not licensed.
Okay. All right. What's going on?
Okay. January 21st, I was called down a service call because she had no light in her mother's room.
Okay, but who called you?
I have an internet-based service where you type a little questionnaire.
So she got you on the internet?
Right, she got me on the internet.
She got you on the internet?
Yeah.
Do you use the internet, ma'am?
No, I don't use it.
Okay. May I ask you an indelicate question? How old are you?
78.
Okay. All right, so she got you on the internet. Go on.
So anyway, I go to change the light bulb. I go to troubleshoot the problem. It was just a light bulb, so I changed the light bulb. Then she had told me something about, that she had lost power in the house. The service coming in is a 110/60 amp. It's the oldest service you can have in New York City. So we said that it's inadequate. And I told her that the procedure is, I have to go out and I have to hire a licensed electrician. He's going to file all the paperwork. I have to get paperwork with the DOB. I have to get paperwork for Con Edison. I cannot change nothing until I get a Con Ed engineer to come down to state what we're going to do with the job because the service pipe was too small.
Okay, so,
So
wait a minute. So you
out.
told her I'm not licensed?
Yeah, she knew that.
She knew you were not licensed?
She knew that.
Most people who aren't licensed don't bring it up if they don't bring it up.
Well,
Because why would you like chase away business?
A job that is magnitude, I would have to go out and hire a licensed electrician because I cannot do that work.
No, you and I both know that.
I cannot do
But
that
what
work.
I'm saying is that most people who are trying to get business, if they are not licensed, do not offer up, oh, I am not licensed, but hire me, and then I'll hire somebody else.
Well, I'm allowed-
You lose business that way. Most people who aren't licensed will not say, I am not licensed. Now, a lot of people who hire unlicensed people don't really care whether they're licensed or not until everything hits the fan.
Right.
But I have a hard time believing that you told her you weren't licensed.
Would a contractor ever volunteer he's not licensed?
I would say that a contractor would certainly not volunteer, but if asked, would lie if he wasn't.
Okay, that didn't happen here. Going inside the courtroom.
All right, so anyway, what ends up happening? Do you do the job or you don't do the
No,
job?
because she just kept on calling me up. You're not licensed. So listen, I know that. I have
thought you said you told her.
I have a subcontractor. I gave you all the subcontractor information. You want to call 301, 401, 501, whoever you want to call, that this person is licensed and this is the person that I hired to do the job. And she just kept on, on and on and on and on. I was like, listen, you want me to start on this day? I bought the material. I went out. There's a
How much material did you buy?
at least about $700.
Okay, do you have receipts for the material you bought?
Not on me, no.
Not on you?
No.
Why would you not have it on you?
Because I just didn't bring the receipt from the
But why would you not have it on you when you're being sued for a $1,000 deposit and your entire defense is, you're kidding me, right? I already went out and bought materials, and you don't bring me proof that you bought materials?
I just misplaced the receipt, I'll be honest with you. So I don't know.
Really? Will you be honest with me?
Yeah, I am. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah? Because I don't think you are.
Okay.
Yeah, pay her back. $1,000 verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, pay it back.
All right, so let's see what happens here in the hallway after that sudden ending to this case. What's your reaction here coming out?
I still got a whole thing that I don't know. Just cut the.
It is a question of the receipts. You understand that?
It is a question of the receipt, but you know what? There's more to the story that my story wasn't even heard of. So.
Well, if you do spend the money and you have to come in and that's your defense,
Right.
evidence is paramount in the courtroom.
Misplaced the receipt, and that's all there is to it. I mean,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? I was messing with my paperwork.
Okay. All right. Right around the corner. Documents are waiting for you. And with that, the plaintiff comes out of the courtroom. Ma'am, step in right here and tell me what you're thinking as you come out. Did you expect the case to end that suddenly?
No, but I'm glad it did.
What gave you the feeling that this guy wasn't on the up and up?
Oh, because
For one thing, we do have two computers, yeah, but they're not on the internet.
none of us are
None of
that.
us
So he
are
made it
that-
up.
that-
Yeah.
He made it up. Harvey?
Okay, how do I say this in absolute legal terms? He's such a liar. I mean, misplacing the receipt, telling her that he's not a contractor. None of this makes any sense. The bottom line is the contractors board should look at this guy and probably go after him.